Hi HipKit friends, it's Sarah Millerhouse here, and I am sharing a layout I made for this mood board challenge. And I am using the January 2023 HipKit Club kits, and I am starting with some of the mediums from the color kit this month. So all of these colors are from shimmers, and they're perfectly coordinated with all of the patterned papers and embellishments and things found in the kits this month. So that yellow, that first one that I used, is actually from a past color kit. So that's the only one that's not in this month's kit. So that is a shimmers, and it's called Sunny. So if you've been ordering the color kits, you'll probably have that in your collection. And then the orange color there is an Inklings called Cantaloupe, and then it together, Cantaloupe, which is cute. And so that's kind of an orange color, super shiny, lots and lots of shimmer in there. And it comes dry, and you just add water and let it sit for a little bit, and that activates that color. So super easy to use. And then the pink color is Beats Me. That's an Inklings, also comes dry. So you add the color. And then the green is a shimmers. So that comes already wet. Wet medium, you just mix it up with a brush. Make sure you get all of the colorful and shimmery bits from the bottom of the pot of color. And that's called Slow Ocean. And then the last one that I'm using there is going to be a Vibes. So that's a spray. And you can spray it on just like I did there, or you can use a paintbrush. I'll actually do a little bit of both of those things. So I sprayed it, and then I'm going to open it and use a paintbrush with it just to splatter a little bit there. And I knew that all of my elements were going to go kind of across the middle there. So I centralized that color and had it going all the way across in rainbow order. And that vibe, was called Snow Way Man. And that was also in the color kit. So here what I'm doing is I took one of the beautiful patterned papers in the January main kit, and I cut it in half, just over 6 inches. So right along the center. And I fussy cut out some of those books. I didn't make you see all of it because that would be very boring to watch, but I fussy cut out and that just means I cut very closely around the images, trimmed off all of the excess, and have all of those books there. This is going to be a layout about books and about reading for my son. And so I'm popping that up. I did sit the background off to dry. So I let it dry a little while I was fussy cutting. By the time I got done with that, the background was dry. So didn't take very long at all. And then I popped up both of those rows, or that circle of books, on some craft foam. Here I am using circle punches. So we were challenged this week to use some punches from our stash. So I am using a circle punch. And this circle punch is from Creative Memories. It's very old and still works beautifully. So I cut out circles, and then I am folding those in half, and I'm going to be making kind of almost like a scalloped border across the page with those. So I just fold them in half and then add a tiny bit of adhesive to the center to keep them glued together. And then here I'm just kind of measuring where I want them to go. I did use patterned papers from the main kit, and I chose colors that coordinate really well with the mediums that were in the color kit. So it's nice that you don't have to put too much thought into that, because all of the colors are already coordinated for you. So here what I did is I just trimmed off just the barcode from one of the pieces of paper, and I am adhering it to that because it kind of helped me hold those in place while I was trying to figure out where they were going to go. And it gave me a straight edge to use. So I adhered those down to that barcode strip. And then I'm adding a strip of craft foam there. And I'm going to pop that up. So that's going to kind of add act as the shelf, like the main place where I'm going to be putting resting embellishments and the rest of the stuff that's going to go on my layout. So I'm using my T-square ruler there just to make sure it's straight across. And then here are two beautiful pattern papers. I love both of those pattern papers from that January main kit. And I'm going to trim off. I trimmed just a couple of little strips there. And then I'm going to add those to that centerpiece. So I'm using my Tim Holtz Distress Edger, or Edge Distressor, sorry, to rough up the edges of those. And then I'm going to be adhering them together. Kind of give me a little bit of ruffle there by distressing those edges. And then I'm trimming off the bar strip on that piece of pattern paper there. That's what I'm cutting off, what you see me cutting off. I'm leaving it 12 inches long. And just roughing up every edge of this one. On the other two pieces, I just roughed up the bottom edge because that's the edge that you'll see. And then on this one, because you're going to see every edge of it, I'm roughing up all the way around, distressing the edges of it. And I just love to do that because it adds texture. It just adds some texture to the layout and makes it not so boring, just gives it a little more visual interest there. Then I'm also adhering a layer of craft foam to this because it's going to be sitting kind of on top of that scalloped edge that I've already got there popped up. I wanted to make sure it's all at one level. So I added the craft foam above where it's going to sit. So it's not sitting on top of the layer of craft foam. It's kind of just, it's layered over, but I don't have two layers of craft foam sitting on top of each other there. Hopefully that makes sense. I just wanted one level, one even level surface there. So now I'm going to use my photo. I'm going to back that. That's a really cute piece of pattern paper from the main kit. It almost looks like a ledger. It's a light blue color that looks beautiful with all of the rest of the patterns. And I'm going to use that as the mat for my photo. And my photo is of my sweet son. And he's reading. There's a dog that comes and reads with the kids at school. And so he's reading with the sweet dog. And he loves to go and do that. He loves to read to the dog. We have a dog too, but it's way more fun to read to a dog at school. So he doesn't want to do it at home, but at school he loves it. So it's all about finding his love of learning or love of reading. And so that's what this layout is about. So I am going to pop this up on craft foam. And then I'm going to add the same strips of craft foam that I used to pop up that border across the middle on the areas of the photo that are hanging off of that, like hanging over it. I'm going to add that same craft foam so that it's all, again, all at one level. So you can see there that green area that I left open, that's going to sit across where there's already craft foam. So it's all level and there's no bulges or anything that my photo is sitting on top of that would make the photo look weird. And then once I had my photo down, I did notice that I wanted the mixed media in the background, I wanted it to poke out just a little bit more. I don't want it to be overwhelming on the page, but I do want you to at least see it. So I did go ahead and add that, and this speaks to in the mood board challenge, or in the mood board, there is on the bottom left photo, it's like a rainbow of buildings, and so this rainbow of color was speaking to that part of the mood board. And then the books, there's also a photo in the top right, I think, of that photo. There's a picture of books, so I'm playing off of both of those things here for the mood board. And these chipboard stickers, I think, are from the Project Life. They're either the Embellishment or Project Life, but I can't remember. And I'm using the word stories from that. So I did combine main kit, Embellishment kit, and Project Life kit. So I pulled little pieces from those three. These are little chipboard pieces. So I pulled a little robot and a cat just different things that I know he loves to read about. There were lots of little icons in the kits this month, and I loved those. And so because it's a layout about reading, and the title is going to end up being Stories Take You Good Places. And so I wanted to include some of the icons of things that he loves to read about. So he loves to read about nature and insects and bugs and all kinds of things. So I did the butterfly there, the robot, the cat, there's a little house. That little heart says next chapter. That was from the ephemera, one of the ephemera sets. So that was paper, and I just distressed the edges of that and glued it down. And then there's lots of booked theme and story themed pieces of ephemera this month. So that's perfect. And it says stories take you places, or take you good places. So I used the alphas that are in the kit, the navy blue alphas. And then, so I'm going to use those to spell out take and you, the words take and you. And then the word good comes from the puffy sticker sheet. So on the puffy sticker sheet, there's stickers that say so good. So I just used the word good. So stories take you good places. I'm using the alpha from the December kit. So this alpha is orange. I needed a different color just to give a good contrast on top of that green, and so that it looked different than the navy blue that's right next to it. So orange is a great contrasting color. It's kind of an orangey pinky color. It's a great color. So I used that to spell out the word places. I was just making sure my S is lined up there. I did add one dot of glue, a teeny tiny dot of glue to each of those letters. So I have found that no matter how awesome the adhesive is right now, when I go back and look through my layouts later, if I don't add to alphas or whatever, sometimes they don't stick as well. So I did go and add just one dot of glue. And then the stars were from that same sheet that I used for places, that same alpha sheet. And then these little circles, almost like enamel dots, but they're not enamel. They're like little puffy dots. Those came from that same sticker sheet from the January kits. And then I used a phrase sticker down there. It's off the same sticker sheet as stories. And it says something about tell your own stories. Some sweet, in the close-up photos, you'll be able to see that. But lots of sweet phrases that kind of go along with the theme of the layout that I was able to add here. And then there's a llama on a skateboard that I added just to the right of the photo. And then I'm going to add this dog just because he's reading with the dog. I thought that the little pup was super cute. So I'm popping that up on craft foam and putting it right, almost like it's walking on that border there. I loved how that looked with his little tail up. It's super cute. And then I'm going to add a little heart there. I think that says you said. And then here I'm adding a few little sequins. Those are actually also from the December embellishment kit that I had a bunch left over, because you got a great amount of sequins in that kit. So I'm adding those all around, just gluing them on. And then I'm going to add a few Nuvo drops, I think is the next thing. Oh, nope. Sorry, added a strip of paper at the top. So I went back with that same pattern paper that I had used to make the border across the middle. And I added, it was like the page just kind of faded into nothing. So I needed something to kind of anchor and balance the page. So I added the patterned paper at the top. And then again, I went and added just another strip of that same patterned paper that I had already used, really roughed up those edges. And then I'm going to add a piece of chipboard sticker that says, tell your stories. And then add a few more little heart embellishments. So the mood board challenge, if you would like to participate, we would love that. You can take a picture of your layout that you make or your project that you make that goes along with the mood board, and you can add it to the original mood board post. Morag posted that a week ago. So that's in the Hip Kit Club Facebook group. So you can add your photo there if you'd like to participate and for a chance to win a $25 gift card to the Hip Kit store. So that's a great incentive there, and such a fun challenge. There's so many beautiful photos in that mood board. So I hope you will participate. And here are some close-up photos so you can see all of the embellishments and things that I added. Love all of the pieces and parts in the kits this month. And I hope you will join us in the mood board challenge in the Facebook group. And if you enjoyed the video, you can go ahead and give it a like and tap the bell for notifications and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great week. Bye.